Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Raja Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari Yashoda Nandana Vrajanandana Yashoda Nandana Vrajanandana Yashoda Nandana Vrajanandana Yashoda Nandana Vrajanandana Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Yamuna Tiravanachari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Hare Krishna Shri Srimad His Divine Grace Abhay Charanaravind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki Prem se kaho Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki Shri Prabhupada ki Prabhupada Nuga ki Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda ki Nitai Gaur Premanande all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Guru Shri Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Daivim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. The reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 85, Text 15. Guna Pravahe Tasmin Abhudastva Akilatmana Gavim Sukshmam Abhodena Samsaranitiha Karmabhi. Please repeat. Guna Pravahe Tasmin
Guna Pravahe Tasmin
Abhudastva Akilatmana Gavim Sukshmam Abhodena Samsarantiha Karmabhi. Guna Pravahe Tasmin Abhudastva Akilatmana Gavim Sukshmam Abhodena Samsaranatiha Karmabhi. Guna Pravahe Tasmin Abhudastva Akilatmana Gavim Sukshmam Abhodena Samsarantiha Karmabhi.
Gatim Shukshmam Abhodena Samsaranatika Karmabhi. Guna Pravahe Tasmin Abhudastva Akilatmana Gatim Shukshmam Abhodena Samsaranatika Karmabhi. Guna Pravahe Tasmin Abhudastva Akilatmana Gatim Shukshmam Abhodena Samsarantiha Karmabhi. Guna pravahe tasmin. Gati sukshma abodena. Samsaranti karmavihi. Guna pravahe tasmin. Abhudasva kilatmanaha. Gati sukshma abodena. Samsaranti karmavihi. Guna pravahe tasmin. Abhudasva kilatmanaha. Gati sukshma abodena. Samsaranti karmavihi.
Guna
Guna
of the material modes.
of the material modes.
Pravahe in the flow. Etasmin this. Abhudaha those who are ignorant. Tu what? Akhila of everything. Atmanaha of the soul. Gatim the destination. Shma sublime. Abodena because of their lack of understanding. Samsaranti they move through the cycle of birth and death. Iha in this world. Karmanihi forced by their material activities. Translation and purport. They are truly ignorant who, while imprisoned within the ceaseless flow of this world's material qualities, fail to know you, the Supreme Soul of all that be, as their ultimate sublime destination. Because of their ignorance, the entanglement of material work forces such souls to wander in the cycle of birth and death. Purport: a soul who forgets his true identity as a servant of God is sent to this world to be imprisoned in a succession of material bodies. Wrongly identifying himself with these bodies, such a conditioned soul suffers the consequent distress of karmic reaction and action. Vasudeva, as a compassionate Vaishnava, laments for the suffering conditioned souls, whose unhappiness, the result of ignorance, can be remedied by knowledge of the principles of devotional service to Lord Krishna. Om Tat Sat. Om Jnana-Nilantasya Jnananjana-Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guruho Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sakitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nava Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Guru Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Very very happy to be here in Adelaide with the lotus feet of Radha Shyam Sundar, Shri Gaur and Srila Prabhupada. I think this is my first session at the new temple. Yeah, I was earlier there in the little cramped space. Felt much closer to Radha Shyam Sundar because physically it could be close. So this is a large hall and a very nice facility. So thank you for your wonderful seva. I know that Adipurusha Prabhu from very, very long time has been straining and doing wonderful services here for Prabhupada's movement with his group of devotees. And it has borne this beautiful fruit. Happy to be here and be of some seva. Today is an auspicious day, it is Ekadashi, and also we are fasting for Varahadeva's appearance day. And is this a regular reading that you're doing in continuation? Okay. So we are at this chapter called Lord Krishna Instructs Vasudeva. And I just quickly read out the pre-verses coming before this. And this is about Vasudeva meeting with Balaram and Krishna. And Balaram and Krishna coming and paying their obeisances. And the father realizing that my son is actually the supreme absolute truth. Strange things happen in life for us, but this is like a transcendently different thing. Vasudeva is understanding, after hearing the sages speaking, that maybe my son, but actually he happens to be the Supreme Personality of God. You can imagine how the feeling would be. You will hear that Nanda Maharaj is also accosted with these type of statements by many different type of statements. Maybe he's a great demigod, maybe he's Vishnu himself, maybe I heard Gargamuni saying this, and so, all sorts of things. But these designations, greatness of God, doesn't sort of gel with the Vrindavan Vasis because of their overwhelming love for Krishna. Prema overcomes awe and respect. That is very nicely, we are singing that in the Bhagavad Gita. That love for Godhead goes beyond just respect. And that's an important thing for us to know. Respect should be there. When you understand God is great, Prabhupada said you must not only know that God is great, you must know how He is great. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is revealing Himself in the 10th and 11th chapter, how He is great. Vibhuti Yoga. And we tend to read, we tend to, speak it, but we may not always know it. We chant, we cut and paste quite often, and then we mug up the shlokas. But there's a distance between information, knowledge, and the actual understanding of it, and the feel of it, and the realization of it. So, there are stages that we can know Krishna in, different stages. That's the meaning of Krishna saying that Mam tu vedana kaschana, me nobody knows. Not easy to know me. Unless I bless that particular individual with their understanding. So knowing Krishna, which is knowledge, is surpassed by love of Krishna. This is important to know. You fall in love with Krishna, and then nothing matters. Not even knowledge of Krishna. In the Gopika Geetam, the gopis will say, we heard that you are God. We heard that you are situated in everybody's heart. Antaratma Drik. But as far as I know that you are a debauchee, you have affairs with so many ladies. So they go. And they just scold the Supreme Absolute Truth. And Krishna says, I would love to hear these things. The gopis scolding me, chastising me is far more sweet than the chanting of the Vedas and the glorification that I give. So this is love, this is prema. So here, Vasudeva is speaking the philosophy of Krishna consciousness. And he's understood that you are God, you are the Supreme Absolute Truth. And you have come as my son. And then he describes how we are all stuck in this world with ignorance. And what we should know. In realization, he is speaking in front of the Lord. So that's interesting. They are truly ignorant, who, while imprisoned within the causeless flow of this world's material qualities, fail to know you, the supreme soul of all that be, as their ultimate sublime destination. Because of their ignorance, the entanglement of material work forces such souls to wander in the cycle of birth and death. Illusion is an amazing thing. We speak about it so much and continue to remain happily in illusion. That's even more amazing. We talk about it all the time. And we speak about the three modes of material nature. We think of so many things. We speak about AI, artificial intelligence and all that. And continue to remain in illusion. That's the amazing thing about illusion. It allows you to talk about illusion. You're allowed to talk a lot because the hook is that you can't get out of my grips. You can talk about me, you can talk about Maya, Devi and all that. Doesn't matter one bit. Right? Unless you surrender to Krishna. So this is an amazing condition. We know how powerful Krishna's illusion is. Mama Maya Duratyaya Mamiveye Prapadyante Maya Mendam Tarampide. At the same time, when we study illusion and the fact that they are illusion, it becomes very amazing and interesting. The science of illusion is very interesting. How the modes affect you at all points of time. And how you are knowingly ignorant. You remain ignorant, and you know I am ignorant, and you don't do anything much about it. That's the meaning of ignorance is bliss. You don't do anything much about it, helplessly under the modes. So that's why it's not an easy thing to actually state that you are realized, or it's not an easy thing to say that you're free from illusion. Right? Very nicely put by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he quotes the Bhagavatam and says, Vimukta Manina. Not only do they think that they are out of illusion, sometimes they also think that they are liberated. Vimukta Manina means I think I am liberated. And then Lord Chaitanya gave an example there, say that, sometimes you dream. In the dream you have woken up from your sleep. And you've gone to the bathroom, the washroom, you brush your teeth and all that. But it's all happening in the dream. Well, in the dream it's reality for you. You're woken up, you're not sleeping anymore. So you said your liberation is like that. You're still under illusion, but you're thinking that you're liberated. You're thinking that you're liberated. So powerful is illusion. So while we are under that illusion, it's very difficult for us to wake up to Krishna consciousness unless there's the intervention of a pure devotee of the Lord who can cut through that and reach out to you. Right? So powerful is bhakti, so powerful are devotees who carry the bhakti in their hearts, that they can reach out to you and actually, if you are willing, pull you out, right? But again, it's your desire. It's your desire. One can even refuse the shelter given by a pure devotee in foolishness. There's a nice letter written by a devotee who has left the moment. It was normal, especially in the Western world. So somebody came and then he left and he got married with some girl and something. And he wrote, and Prabhupada asked, where is he? And nobody knew. And then afterwards he wrote a note because he came to know Prabhupada asked about him, somewhere around the great point. And Prabhupada, he wrote to Prabhupada saying that Maya is so strong that I got swept away by Maya. In the process of what he's written, he's explained. And Prabhupada wrote back, it's a very beautiful letter. He said, thank you very much for all that finishing initial things. And then he wrote saying, you say Maya is very powerful. And that means what he's actually telling is, I mean, you were not able to protect me. Maya took me away. That type of, people find out reasons and excuses to rationalize what has happened to them. Prabhupada wrote back saying that you say Maya is very powerful, but you never spoke to me. Right? With one kick of mine, I know how to place that Maya away and bring you back. But you never spoke to me. It's a powerful statement from Swami. With one kick of mine, I know how to set that Maya away. I was stunned. What is this mention here? One side Bhagavad Gita says, Mama Maya Duratya, and here Prabhupada is saying, one kick of Maya, I know how to set like that Maya, but you didn't speak to me. It's you, not Maya. It's you. It's not Maya. That's more powerful. You didn't give me a chance to get you out of Maya by conversing with me, communicating with me. So ignorance is a choice exercised by conditioned soul. Willfully. That's where we should get to the root of it. Because we rationalize, we have intelligence that rationalizes our desire. It's very, amazing that we intelligently find out amazing explanations for why we do certain things. Because we desire it. We desire it. That's why it's very hopeless unless there is interference from a completely outside agency who's free from that. Right? That is why mercy, there's a technical meaning of mercy. Mercy means, okay, whatever you are. And I'm not going to sit and judge it. Over and above that, I do something for you. Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhupada did this for millions of people. He made a whole plan. He spoke about it. He said, I have crafted a plan in Maya's world, how to get living entities out. He made a plan. And he said, if you do this, you'll be free. This is the meaning of an acharya. So we become intelligent in the association of devotees. This is why Krishna is saying that dadami buddhi yogam tam yenamam upayanti te. I will give you the intelligence necessary to break this illusion and come out to me. The intelligence I give you is only for that purpose. The intelligence you already have as per your horoscope is for the purpose of enjoying material life, making judgments there and under the qualities and the modes of nature. That is a given thing for you. You may have it, you may not have it. High and lows of intelligence, material intelligence, according to your karma. It's got nothing to do with that. But I give you intelligence to to break through Maya, because Maya is my energy. I will give you the necessary intelligence to break through. This is a very interesting statement. Because over and above your horoscope, Krishna gives you intelligence. That's, I call it real intelligence. Quite opposed to artificial intelligence, which you have already under the three modes of materialization. It's artificial because you're stuck in illusion, thinking it is real. You're stuck in illusion. Your intelligence works all the time how to keep yourself inside the illusion. How to make money, how to get position, name, fame, this, that, everything. So definitely it's not useful to you. I call that artificial intelligence. Who said artificial intelligence is known only now? 5,000 years back, Krishna spoke about artificial intelligence to Arjuna on the battlefield. He just didn't call it AI, that's all. He called it something much better. Right? It's not new. It's not a new concept. All of us are already under artificial intelligence, under Maya. Krishna is telling, Dadami Buddhi Yogam Tam. Why? Over and above that, I will give you intelligence personally. I will give you the necessary facility personally. So we are already under AI. And we are flopping around like machines. We mechanically use our intelligence as we are programmed and go around doing things. They're not free. That is illusion. So that's why he's making a statement here. They are truly ignorant who, while imprisoned within the ceaseless flow of this world's material qualities, sattva, rajas, tamas, fail to know you, the supreme soul of all that be, as their ultimate sublime destination. As long as you don't know Krishna as your greatest friend and well-wisher, you are an illusion. This is a broad statement being made. Now this is philosophy. And then there is a theology to it. That this is how we are illusion, this is what's happening to the theology to it is that Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, if you can establish your relationship with Him, revive your relationship with Him, the illusion is nothing. The illusion is nothing. The bubble just breaks, bursts. That is what we are understanding from here, what Vasudeva is stating. We are struggling to understand this. We have different levels of faith. And Krishna has made it very open, very liberal. We have all sorts of people with all sorts of understanding and realizations to various degrees in Krishna consciousness. It's okay. But it doesn't obfuscate the fact that you are part and parcel of Krishna. And you are free to gradually make your improvement towards Krishna according to how your desire allows it. Right? Krishna is very broad-minded, very accommodating, and he has all the time in the world for you. You can take your time and come. I can make all the facilities for you. It's all free. It's free. You can take your time. If you look at it, so establishing a relationship with Krishna is a great challenge the conditioned soul faces. Here Vasudeva and Devaki have established a relationship and having more and more realizations of it. That's why devotees of the Lord are the more they become progressed in their Krishna consciousness, the simpler they become. Simple means I know only Krishna, I don't know anything else. I simply don't need to know. I just don't need to know. And Krishna is protecting them from knowing anything else also. Because there's no need. There's no need. And they're simply in their own bubble of Krishna consciousness. They don't need to know. It's so interesting that many pure devotees of the Lord hang around in this world. They don't even know that they are like that. And they are protected by Krishna. They continue their consciousness of Krishna consciousness, they continue their service. unaffected by any ignorance, right? Very nicely protected by the Lord. Madhavendra Puri was a very simple person, actually, very profound and deep devotee. But he was just sitting around in that, Govindakund area, and he was hungry. He hadn't eaten anything. He was not even wanting to go around looking for something to eat because I'm busy. Krishna meditation, I'm busy. So much so that Krishna had to come to him and give him a pot of milk and told him that there's no need to be hungry here. There's no need to be hungry. Mildly chastise him. You got to look after yourself. And I'm coming looking after you. You drink this milk. And he happily drank it. Even while drinking the milk, he was absorbed in Krishna. And he was able to make out that this person is something different. He's special. And he goes into a small reverie and dream, and then he sees this person. And he knows that this is Krishna. Such intimate dealings. Because he's not the least bit in ignorance, like is mentioned here. He's completely Krishna conscious all the time. He knows nothing else but Krishna. Matprana natastu saiva naparaha. I know no one but you. Right? If I have to go hungry, if I have to eat, if I don't do this, if I do that or anything, it's all because of you. Right? I'm absorbed. So this way we find devotees of the Lord are very peacefully, comfortably situated. Although they work very hard. I see Prabhupada's picture of him, with his legs raised like this, half his devotees come on, his knees are all exposed, and he's still isn't laughing. He looks very tired. He looks a little tired from traveling, but he's laughing. He's having an amazingly blissful time. The sunlight shining on him. I thought that he's blissfully happy. There's no anxiety. Maybe working very hard, traveling, hardly sleeping, but so blissful that he can happily laugh at the world. So Krishna is protecting his devotees constantly, and he's catering to them in various different ways, in a very strong relationship. It's so different from the ignorant mass of conditioned souls and their lives, and within that are the pure devotees of the Lord. That's why when we examine Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhupada's life, we can see it full of activity and a lot of anxiety and many different tasks going on. But within that is Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhupada blissfully executing devotional service. And ready to take on anything that Krishna wants me to do, and happily executing it. Amazing. And Madhavendra Puri also was given an assignment like that. After he discovered Gopal, and then he installed, which is today Nanchi, and then the Lord came in and dream and said, this is not enough. His body is burning, been underneath for so long, saying, I want sandalwood from so and so place, applied on me. He's demanding from Madhavendra Puri. And Madhavendra Puri was only too happy to go to do it. Krishna has asked me to do it. And he travels somewhere to Orissa to get it. And then the Lord changes his mind as he gets it and brings it all the way to Ramuna. And in Gopinath Mandir, he rests, and there he receives the key and he wants to he comes back again to that place. And then he comes there, the Lord tells him, it's okay, I don't need the sandalwood, you don't have to carry that today, you can apply it on my body here, and my body and Gopal's body. He just changes his mind. And Mother says, okay, fine. I'm ready to do whatever you want. The Lord repeatedly wants to relate with Madhavendra Puri. He comes to him again, then he says this to him, I want this, and this is okay, I don't want that. He just wants to relate with Madhavendra Puri. Right? So, keen and attracted to his devotees' bhakti and devotion. That's the nature of devotees. And that's the platform that they are in. That Krishna is so keen to have their reciprocation. There's another story in South India, I may have related this to you earlier, about Bhadrachala Ramadas. It's a place called Bhadrachala. Have you heard of the story? No? Bhadrachala Ramadas? You're from Telangana? Anybody from Telugu, they all know this so well. Everybody knows, right? Yeah. Any Telugu person knows the story, very popular. Bhadrachala Ramadas, if you don't know, I can just briefly state it. It's a very beautiful story wherein the Lord is imprisoning his devotee with the planning. It's very interesting. It's so amazingly devotional. The Lord can do anything with his devotees and the devotees are very happy. Whatever he does to me. Just like, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu states in the Chaitanya Charitamrita that Radharani doesn't like it very much when Krishna dances with other opposite party, gopis and Chandravali and all that. She gets this thing. But then she realizes and comes to a conclusion that Lord Chaitanya is stating that in a shloka. If Krishna is giving me this misery, and if by giving me this misery he is happy, then that misery shall be my happiness. Radharani is concluding that if this misery that I am suffering is bringing Krishna happiness, then that's what is more important. This misery is my happiness. Because Krishna is happy. This is an amazing amount of logic behind serving Krishna. Extend the devotee miserable. So devotees, for them, like Krishna is everything. If Krishna is happy, it doesn't matter what happens to you. Bhadrachala Ramadas was a very simple devotee of Rama. Right? From the young age, he is a devotee of Ramachandra. And he was like the odd one out in the family. Everybody else was nicely placed in jobs and everything. And I'm getting a job. It's too simple guy. Whenever he's interviewed, I'm sure the guys will say, you're not fit from that. Or you're not job here. And you're not make money with you. Too simple. Jobs nowadays means you've got to be politically astute. You got to be cunning. You got to know how to cheat. You got to know so many things in business. You got to sell things which people don't need. It's called marketing. You can do all sorts of funny things. And this guy is too simple. So the mom and the father and all concerned is not settling up and how will I get him married and all that. And so they went and told the mom's brother was working with the king, the Muslim king as a collector. Why don't you give him a job using the influence, collector with a lot of influence, money. So he said, yeah, I'm going to come. My nephew, and placed him in a place through influence, made him a collector. Made him a collector and put him in this place called Bhadrachala. And the people of the place, want to receive the new collector. So they received him in the old, dilapidated Rama temple. Right? And he comes there and he says, you're not worshipping Rama? Why there's no lamp here? There's no dress on Sita Rani. Why does you feel very bad during the reception? Because he's a Rama devotee. And he said, they all said that there's no money. No money. And like that, they made all this. So he said, this is very bad. So he started his job. He said, I have to collect money. He collected the money to send it to the king. He decided, before sending it to the king, let's set the temple right. It's actually funds of the government. It's like collection for the sake of sending it across. He said, no, first let's set the temple right and then we can. It's no problem. I'm a collector. I can answer. He went ahead and he set the temple right. He renovated it. He gave the Lord dress. He gave the Lord all sorts of things, offerings and this and that, everything. All the local people became very happy. Wow, they're also Rama devotees. And they were all coming and he was having huge festivals and Annadhanam and Prasadam. And everybody was having fun. So nice collector he is here. He's a devotee. And they know they were having, and then he was getting ready for Ram Navami and all that. And he made a diamond studded kiridam for the Lord. And he made a silk sari, jewels and everything for Sitarani. All the money he was collecting was spending happily. A lot of them, nothing is being sent up. And it's over 1 year, 1.5 years, the guy has become collector. There's not a paisa that went up, not a pi went up. So, and whenever things like this are happening, there are always some few people who are dissatisfied. They're getting the prasadam, getting the darshan, and they just don't like this fellow. Life is so set up that there are always some guys somewhere. The best of people, Ramachandra had somebody like that. This world is so set up. So the some guy squealed on to the king and said, "Are you getting any collection from this guy? Just watch out. While they're meeting, the good prasadam is giving, throwing a complaint, an anonymous letter also." He complained and then the king said, "Check it out and bring the guy." So he sent his people, so many people are collectors all over. He sent his people and they came looking for those Ramdas here. They came on a horse and they came and they said, "Who's Ramdas?" They cuffed him and said, "So let's go." And then all the people said, "My gosh, I told you this was too good to be true." And everybody started talking the opposite. "Better we quit from here. You know what's going to happen next. I told you this is not good. It's not real. It's never like this. How can it be so good?" And it starts talking the opposite. People, ordinary simple people, they start talking and keep away from this. As soon as something happens in ISKCON, people, "Wow, I've got to go and I'm not going to go to the temple here. These things are happening here. I never expected this to happen. I thought it happens only in the office. I'm used to it happening there, but why the hell is happening here? Oh, I'm not coming here anymore. I want peace." Somebody told us, "I want peace." And I was there in that day and telling to the Guru Maharaj, "We come to the temple for getting some peace." Complain, I said, "You're coming to the temple for peace? Even Yashodama had no peace with Krishna." There's no peace in the world. Not even in ISKCON. You don't know, we're coming for peace. We come to serve. Anyway, apart from that, so these guys were talking all sorts of things, but Bhadrajala Ramadas went and chanting the name of Rama. He's happy. Okay, anyway, I did everything for Rama. He went there to the king, and the king said, "What are all the money and all that?" He said, "I spent all the money in the service of Ramachandra. God, Allah. I spent everything in the same number." I said, "What is wrong with this guy? Bring the money back fast, otherwise, I said, "No, Ramachandra has to give it back," something like that. He started saying. And they said, "Put him in the dungeon. This guy doesn't know what he's talking. Put him in the dungeon and get the money back." That's all, dismissed. They put him in the dungeon, and he was in the dungeon full, completely dark, and just one open space. That's still there. The place is there, Golconda, that area. His prison house. He was inside the dungeon, a small opening there. But he was chanting Rama's name, doing kirtan. And he was thinking that this is not just a pastime. Rama will take me out soon. There's Rama Navami coming, and I was celebrating it like nothing. Again, he's planning to collect from these guys. He's in that dungeon, he's busy planning how we'll celebrate Rama Navami and all that. And these guys told him that, they give him food and everything, he never eat and just brush it aside. And they told him, "Listen, don't die before you give the money. Eat something. We want to keep you alive because we get the money back." "How will you keep you? What can we give you that you will keep yourself alive?" He said, "I won't eat anything that you cook. Right? You guys are cow eating guys, I cannot eat anything that you cook." So they gave him a rice. So, "Stay alive, please." And he soaked the rice in water, put some salt in it, and it just soaked up for one whole day, 24 hours, soak up fully. He'll put that, he'll offer it to the Lord and he'll eat that. And then he will dance and chant. And then he thought, I need some deities. So he drew on the, the stone wall, he drew Sita and Lakshmana, very beautifully. And then he was worshipping there and was dancing. He's happy. When is Rama, why don't you take me out from here? He started writing songs, beautiful songs. He would write, Rama, I know what how you did this, how you did that. So when will I be able to get out from here? I got a festival where the temple has to be looked after. He's constantly bothered about the seva. He's writing prayer after prayer every day, beautiful songs, and he sings them. But no reply from Ramachandra. No reply at all. And then he said that, what is this? If I die here, people will speak ill of you. And they lose faith in you. So better I commit suicide before I actually die. So that people think he committed suicide and died. It's not Ramachandra. Right? So it's best I commit suicide, otherwise bad name will come to you. And then all your devotees will be affected. So he was really sincerely planning to commit suicide. These things were going on. And then finally he said, as a last ditch effort, I will, petition Sita. She at least is my mother. She listened to me. He's not listening to me. So she wrote a beautiful song to Sita. Very nice. Oh mother, you see how he's not replying to me. I've got a whole temple I got to serve. I got Ram Navami coming and months are passing and I have to decorate, I have to do this, people are waiting. And why doesn't he at least allow me to, what a waste of time, not able to do any seva like that. He's just thinking of himself. By the time he's grown like a polar bear, a grizzly bear with all hair, with only eyes and then he's offering these prayers, and Sita Rani gets, in Ayodhya, the spiritual world, Mother Sita is getting the prayer. And she says, I must help. Why is he not saying anything to him? So she goes to Rama. And Rama is in a trance. And there's a nice smile on his face. He's enjoying something. So she, wakes him up. And so this is an emergency. Sorry, I'm waking you up from the trance. He said, no, you can do that anytime to me. He said, whatever happened to this Ramadas? Why are you keeping him in prison? Then immediately Ramachandra said that, what can I do? In order to release him, I need so much of money. Unless I get the money, I cannot release him. So as soon as he said that, Sita, who's Lakshmi, boom, bought bags of gold in front and said, here it is. I don't think that's the reason, because I am always available to you. He never spoke to me about it. How do you mean that's the reason? Now tell me what's the reason. So you see, I was, this Ramadas is a very wonderful devotee. He writes his beautiful prayers and songs that touch me, full of devotion. So I thought that while the going is on, let him stay for some time. Writing his nice songs and prayers and then enjoying it. Let it go on as long as it goes on. So I'm not bothered much actually, but now that you have come and you told me I've given the money, I should do it. Then she said, this is not right. This is not right. So don't worry. And immediately he descended with Lakshmana in that place with all that money. He was actually relishing the wonderful prayers of Ramdas. So he did not release him from the prison. But the guy will go and get very busy with the service. But very busy with the service and he's not relating with me. That was the reason. So anyway, the story goes that Lakshmana and Rama will land up there in the king's palace with all the money. And they will tell the king, it's a very dramatic, they'll tell the king will see both of them and say, wow, what beautiful looking people. And he understands this is Allah. He understands this is God, must be God. And then they say, we are living proof of the fact that he used all the money in the service of me. I am Rama, he is Lakshmana. Right? He used all the money, he didn't use anything for himself. And you want all that money, here it is. Plenty, 10 times more than that. Here, take it, release him. And Lakshmana told his Proti and wrote in that. He used all the money for this, and I am the evidence for that, and give you the proof of that, and signed it, and took it and threw it into the prison, to that small dungeon hole. He threw it inside there. And at that time, already Ramadas was getting ready to commit suicide because the bad name should not come to this, and this thing fell on his face. He said, I know this. It smelled it. I know this. This is Lakshmana's cloth. He knows this. I told you they will come on. You know I will come. He was dancing in ecstasy. that piece of dhoti was dancing in ecstasy on the way, through everything. And then the king came with all his entourage of soldiers and everything. He said, Lakshman Bhai, Raman Bhai. I saw Lakshman Bhai, Raman Bhai. He got mad almost because he had darshan of Rama and Lakshmana. And he came inside the prison house and released Ramadas. And he said, who are those? I saw those two people. And then Ramadas understands that this king has witnessed, had darshan of Rama and Lakshmana. And he was also looking like an ecstatic king. And the king fell down at Ramadas's feet and said, take me to that place. Take me to that place. He released him. And the king with his entourage and Ramadas looking like a grizzly bear, he came all the way to that place, to that temple. And he said, I want to see those two people whom you served with my money. And then he showed him, this is Rama Bhai, Lakshman Bhai. Took him to the temple and said, this is Sitarani, this is Nana. And the king paid obeisances. And the king told him that you should never have any dearth of money. I write all these lands in the name of the Lord. You can cultivate and you can use it, you can, give him a massive offering every time. He personally did it, the Muslim king. And even today you can see the temple, Bhadrajala Ramadas temple. It actually happened. There's all the history is written on the walls. It happened, 1,000 years ago or whatever. So this is an instance of Krishna being overwhelmed with the beautiful devotional activity of this devotional sentiment of this devotee. He's not really bothering about his material situation. He's going ahead, oh, nice prayer, nice song, he's enjoying it. So the devotees are so closely protected by Krishna. And the relationship with the devotee and Krishna is so deep. They don't have to worry and not the least bit anxious or anything. So when I see Prabhupada, I told you the picture, see that not bothered. The worldwide mission is planning, is training, and is going through everything, but deep inside he has such a security offered to him from his deep connection with Krishna and the previous acharyas. So we can on our own independently cultivate that connection. It's up to us. It's each one's own desire and volition. Do you want to do it? It's up to you. In this way, in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna has challenged our intelligence with this offer. Will you take it? Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam sharanam praja manmana bhagavan bhakta matyadi mamaskuru. He has put this forward to us. So although we may blame the sky and the weather and the sun and the neighbor and this person and that person and everybody, it actually boils down to whether you really want it. Everything else comes from that. So devotees are people who have just made the choice. I just want only Krishna, nothing else. I had enough. They made the choice and they're very determined and they're settled in that. There's nothing else to look for. There's nothing else to look for. And then they may have difficulties traversing that path and everything, but they are very secure. They know this is it. They're settled. Whatever happens, this is the best thing. So that's why in the Bhagavatam there is a it says, this is the best path. This is the safest path. Whatever may happen on that, you will land up at Krishna's lotus feet. Yanastaya Narorajan na pramadeta garhichit dhavan nimilya vanetre na skale na patetiha. You know, Navayogendras is speaking to Maharaj and saying, O King, Yanastaya, this path, na pramadeta garhichit, the soul will never get bewildered on this path. Bhakti. Dhavan nimilya vanetre. If he runs on this path with his eyes closed, Dhavan nimilya vanetre. He closes his eyes and runs on this path. Naskale napatetiha. He will neither trip nor will he fall. What an amazing analogy. On this path, he can close his eyes and run. He will land up at Krishna's lotus feet on the path of bhakti. He doesn't have to, he will not trip and fall down, nothing will happen to him. On other paths, it's different. So, the path of bhakti, especially what Lord Chaitanya has taught us, the chanting of the holy names, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. If we consistently follow the instructions of Prabhupada, chant the holy name, read the Bhagavata, the Bhagavad Gita, and the association as devotees discuss Krishna Bhakti, and together serve the Lord, we will be on a very safe track, and we will increase our devotion gradually to Krishna. And that is most secure, and the destination, as is mentioned here. People don't know you. It's very sad that you are the real destination. Om Tat Sat, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah.
5 minutes more. Okay. Any comment or question?
Yeah. Hare Krishna Maharaj. You talked about Krishna protecting devotees. So in Srimad Bhagavatam we read about Dhritarashtra as a pure devotee of the Lord. The same pastime we also read Dadichi, who is a devotee, killed by Indra, who is a mixed devotee, not pure devotee. So how do we understand Krishna's protection
In which case? In Dadichi's case?
in Dadichi and Dadichi?
Dadichi was not killed by Indra. Dadichi gave his body for Indra to make his bhajna. Maybe with the bones of Dadichi. Dadichi actually tickles and teases Indra and everything else. Then Vishnu tells him that you go to Dadichi, he is my devotee. So then the Indra and the demigods go to Dadichi and said they explained the whole thing and said he got stuck in all this. Indra actually committed a sin by killing Vishwarupa, beheading him. He's a Brahmana. Who is it? He's the son of Toshta. So he is implicated in that body. And then he goes and he asks Dadichi, because he's very afraid what will happen. And he asks Dadichi according to Vishnu's instruction. And Dadichi teases him and says, no, I'm not going to give my body. Every living being is going to enjoy. Are you not enjoying? I mean, how can I kill my body? I can't do that. It's very disappointing. But Dadichi, it's mentioned in the Bible, telling me that if Vishnu said it, I need to do it. Give my body up for me to. So he said, will you do that? Everybody needs your body. What are you asking me? Just want to tease him. And then as soon as they say, no, please, this happened, that happened, no. And then he agrees to it. And then he immolates himself, and then the bones of the Dadichi, they make their instrument, Vajra. So, Dadichi is a character glorified a lot because of his great sacrifice. Why? Vishnu decided I should do it. I did it. At the same time, with Pratrasura, he was a unique demon. He was a devotee demon. It's typically too like oxymoron, they say. Two things inside. How can a devotee be a demon? How can a demon be a devotee? He's outside a demon and inside a devotee. And he will also tease Indra. And he says, Indra, go ahead, come on, kill me. Finish me with that vajra, use it. I'll go back to Godhead. And you will be sitting around here with Ramba, and you will be drinking Somarasa and dance around. He just actually says that, I'm going back. And Indra will feel horrible. Indra will feel very horrible. That I'm doing this, I desire it, and I'm doing it, but it's devotees I'm dealing with. And like you said, he's such a mixed devotee. A mixed devotee really suffers a lot. I better be a non-devotee. Frenchies always have a problem. Like, to deal with two things. Either left or right, moderation is a difficult job. So, Indra is a mixed devotee. The devotee, the Prabhupada said, the demigods are devotees with desires. So, it's a story of a mixed devotee suffering and a devotee like Vasura teasing him for being mixed. It's an amazing story. Yeah. So, pure devotion, as is mentioned in the Bhaktivinoda Sindhu, is rare. Is rare. Sudurlabha is one of its characteristics. So, of course, everybody to become a pure devotee goes through mixed devotion. It's in the path. No being not a devotee and then going through mixed devotion and then becoming a devotee fully. That's a process. So we all go through that. And it's a reality. It's not that it's no. You are a mixed devotee, or he's a pure devotee, he's a non-devotee. Every one of us goes through at various stages, different levels and percentage of it in us. Welcome to the world of Krishna. You'll find all sorts of characters. Any request or comment?
I believe that coins that were given to the king had a marking of Ram there, and that quite a few of them are still available in the public display.
The public display, yeah, I heard about it, I've never been and seen it, but I don't know where the coins. There's a diamond kiridam made by him that is on display.
I read the story.
You went there?
No. Ramadas, anyway, you say Bhadrachal Ramadas, I was confused. I don't know who is Ramadas.
Yeah,
Ramadas story is a famous
yeah, very famous story. Everybody knows down story. Ramadas story. Maybe coins, I'm not known about it.
I can check.
Rama's seal was in it. Check.
Maharaj, quick question. I mean, we read all the time Krishna is waiting for us to come back to him. But when I take up Krishna consciousness, shouldn't it make it a bed of roses for me so I can just...
He's already made it. He's already made it. He can't do the walking, you have to do the walking. You see, that is the bane, that's the burden of individuality. That's a burden of individuality, free will, and because Mamaivam sa jiva loke jiva bhukta sanatana. When Krishna says you are my part and parcel, we should know that we are not the same as Krishna. We have an individuality to ourselves. So we can see the burden of the responsibility of making the choice. I wish Krishna would make the choice for me so that I can blame him for anything that goes wrong. That's the thought behind. We don't want to take responsibility for our own existence, our own individuality. And that's the reason why people want to merge. Merging means no individuality. Geetaraga bhayakroda manmaya mamapashtaha bhagavo jnana tapaso putam madbhava mamataha. In the shloka, Prabhupada very brilliantly explains this. Vitaraga bhayakroda. What does all these things mean for the conditioned soul in this world? He explains that very nicely, that the answer to this. the pain of individual responsibility of existence. Right? In the material world, if you are a little intelligent and thoughtful, you will feel that burden very much. You've got to be blissfully, stupidly, foolishly happy in order to forget the reality. That's why the Bhagavatam says there are two types of people who are happy in this world: the fool and the fully self-realized person. Everybody who's in between suffers. Yeah. Very interesting. Okay? Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna.